Speaking of older artists, Nas revealed that Eminem shot down a collab that he wanted to do. And this would have been really interesting, but I get the reason why. So let's go over it. Nas says that Eminem turned down his request for a feature on the song Daughters. He explained that Eminem told him that he had already made enough music about his relationship with his daughter, Haley, at that point. Nas explained how the interaction went down during an interview with Joe Budden. So let's actually play this clip.
Every record I do is not a battle. I remember I had sent the song Daughters to Eminem, and at the time he had spent so much time speaking on Daughters, he kind of left. He was like, thank you, but I would have told my daughter I'm not gonna do anymore. Hope it's cool. He's cool with me saying this. I'm not doing any more songs directly about daughters at the moment because that's a sensitive issue with all the music I put out. But he was like, I think the message was like, thank you, because most people want to do songs where they're battling me on a record. It was refreshing to get a record where you're not coming for me. So I don't think every record I do with people is like I'm battling them. You definitely want to go off and make sure you represent properly. Represent yourself, because that helps the record become bigger. So I think
that's hilarious, because every song that Eminem jumps on, everybody wants to battle, of course, because he's one of the best. Some people want to like put their pen game up against Eminem. But hey, that's a valid point, man. Eminem has been making a lot of music about his family, and I can understand why he, doesn't really want to make music about them. Yeah, he did it on the death of Slim Shady, where he had 2 more records, but I think that's it, man. I think he's kind of out of the situation. I think he's going to more focus on, just having fun with the music. I think he's already told his life story in a lot of ways. Maybe he can make a song about his grandson. That could be the next kind of lane, because he's a grandfather now, which is crazy to say. Yeah, I respect it, and I would have enjoyed the track, because another Nas and Eminem collab I think would have been cool, and this one would have been just them two together on one track, which I would have liked. But yeah, the DJ Premier Nas album really was underwhelming. It wasn't really that, I was expecting more, but you got to think these guys aren't in their prime. And that's where I get worried about. I'm like, if Eminem and 50 dropped their collab album, it's probably going to be underwhelming, because they're not in their prime anymore. The music ain't going to hit like it would have hit if it was like 2006 or 2005, or, even in 2010, when there was a rumor with them doing a collab album because Jay-Z and Kanye did Watch the Throne. Or 2011, I guess you could say. That would have hit better, at least at that time, because 50 was more active in music at that time as well. And Eminem just hit his second stride with Recovery. And, instead, Eminem goes with Royce da 5'9", which I get it. Lyrically, it makes more sense. But, nah, man. You do a 50 and collab album. You don't do a fucking Royce collab album. No disrespect to Royce. But the 51 would have been way better. It would have made way more sense. But yeah, that's the only thing I was frustrated about, is that project kind of took that, instead of the 50 and M, it was 50 and Royce. Bad Meets Evil, which is a decent album. It was decent. It wasn't like this great album, but it was, it was pretty good. But yeah, that's a cool little insight. And I agree with Eminem, at least on his stance on it. But yeah, it still would have been cool to hear. I could hear Eminem on that track 100%.